Can we lose weight with the Isochain or Isometrics in general? It doesn't matter. The answer is yeah, we can, for the same reason that weightlifting would make you lose weight. So, as always, let's get into this. What's up, y'all? This is Chris with No Limit Squad, your personal Isochain and fitness vlogging channel. The number one way to lose weight, the number one way is to control what you eat. It's all about, if you want to lose weight, you want to be in a calorie deficit. If you want to gain weight, you want to be in a calorie surplus. You have to be in a calorie deficit. It doesn't make any sense that your body would start to lose weight if you weren't in a calorie deficit. If you're consuming less calories and you gained weight, that would be like if you jumped up and instead of gravity putting you down, you started levitating. That scientifically is impossible. It just doesn't make any sense. There hasn't been a single client who, when they told the truth to me and put themselves in a calorie deficit, of course I set them up and everything, that they didn't lose weight. There hasn't been a single one that's been in a calorie deficit and gained. Not one, and there never will be one. I'd have zero success stories otherwise. So let's go into the Isochain and Isometrics for losing weight. Okay? Cardio is the number two way to lose weight, okay? Running to this day is the fastest way to burn a lot of calories. It is the fastest. It is everywhere on the internet. You don't even need some type of exercise science degree to figure that out. It's there. Running, not jogging or walking, running. The stair climber personally is one of my favorites for burning a lot of calories fast and really just melting those pounds off you. They never had a chance. But running, number one. I mean, that is just absolute. With such a high calorie burning intense workout like running, we go to the other end of the spectrum, energy efficient exercise, which is isometric. They're almost like, it's not oil and water, it's just the opposite end of the spectrum. They're trying to save energy versus expend it. So it almost seems like, yeah, no, it doesn't belong. Yes and no. In the beginning, like I said, for isometrics, for the same reason as weightlifting will help you to lose weight, it's more about burning body fat than losing weight, okay? Because weight goes into a whole multitude of categories. When you weight lift in the gym, picking things up and putting them down all over the place, what you're doing there is you're building muscle, right? So if we look at it from a math equation, right? If you take this base body and you're building muscle, you're adding something. It's an addition problem, okay? I covered this in one of my early videos from like a year and a half, 2 years ago. So you're adding something to your body. So now at 106, I'm just making this up, 165, and you add 5 pounds of lean muscle mass, now you're at 170. It's you added something. That was just an example. You added something. Does that make sense? Now, what that added muscle mass is gonna do is, one, it's gonna raise your MET rate. That's also going to, any body fat that you have, is the muscle is gonna start to eat it. It's gonna start to burn it down. And that's where you get that more chiseled look. Does that make sense? So you can have two people at 165 pounds. One is at 20% body fat and one is at 8% body fat. And the 165, 20% body fat is going to look like they weigh more. And the 165, 8% is going to look like they weigh less. They weigh the same. It's just that body fat takes up more space, okay? 1 pound of muscle is equivalent to 1 pound of body fat. They weigh the same, just one takes up more space. Does that make sense? Here's a photo right there. I say all this because isometric training is really good at developing strength, but as we have explained in the isometric hypertrophy and just in general with this style, this method of training, you can gain muscle there. So again, just like the weightlifting, what happens when you gain muscle? All right, you're adding onto your frame. You're gaining weight, but then the muscle is starting to shrink the fat, okay? So when isometrics are combined with everything else, I always preach the big three to my clientele. Always. It's all over my Facebook, it's all over my Instagram, the big three. People are probably tired of me saying it, okay? It's calorie control, either surplus or deficit, it's strength training, and it's cardio. Flexibility will come in fourth place, and they're all equally important. Okay? For the losing weight, which is primarily what people go to a trainer for, you have the gain weights too, but it's primarily for losing weight. Those three are responsible for an individual starting from zero and losing weight. You have to do all three, not 2 out of 3, not 1 out of 3, all of it. If we bring it to isometrics, let's talk about this study. I think this is really fascinating. So we had this group, all right? I love these studies. These studies are awesome. And it's referenced from the isometric manual, by the way, just like pretty much everything is gonna be on this channel. All right, in 2007, a group of researchers in the Department of Physical Therapy in Loma Linda and Azusa Pacific University did a single blind test, all right? There's a randomized study to see if fat loss with isometric exercise worked, okay? Now we're talking fat loss, body fat percentage drop, not weight loss, okay? They're related, but they're two entirely different things. For the people in that study, when they were involved in the study, they had to follow a rigid dietary program. There's that diet again, right? It just seems to come into play whenever we're talking about weight loss. It's always the diet. It's always the diet. After the study was done, obviously everyone was a lot stronger, okay? We all know what isometric training does for strength gains. I mean, it's insane, it's incredible. There was a 20% increase in muscular strength. That is crazy. With only 7 minutes of work each day. What was awesome in addition to that was people were losing inches. They lost on average after 2 weeks, 3 centimeters, which is about a pant size. After 2 weeks of isometric training and a good diet. Real talk, personal trainer, real talk, it's mainly the diet, but the muscle mass helped with losing inches, okay? I mean, that is just, the more muscle you have, the better. It just promotes fat loss, your metabolism is revving high, which is great for you. It's just strength training, the muscle mass is there. It's awesome, and you need it. After 2 weeks, there were some in the study that lost about 18 pounds, and after 4 weeks, there were some that were up to 22 pounds lost. Now, again, diet primarily, but the inches, all right? The inches that came from the strength training, the muscle mass added, and burning the fat. It was a combination effort, not just one and not just the other. Also, as an added bonus, there was a dramatic decrease in cholesterol and a dip in resting heart rate and blood pressure. That is insane, and I cover that in my cardio video. Does the Isochain and isometric training help cardiovascularly? The answer is yes, but here's a link right here if you want to check it out. Added muscle burns fat. The more muscle you have, the more fat you burn. In order to get peak results, you need to combine it with what I call the big 3. Again, calorie control for weight loss, calorie deficit, strength training, developing lean muscle mass, building lean muscle mass, dynamic movement, isometric contractions, and a great cardiovascular, preferably progressive cardiovascular program. Those are the big 3 that will completely transform anyone's body. Will isometrics alone help you lose weight? No, it'll help you lose inches because you'll develop lean muscle mass, which will burn body fat, but you need to focus on the big 3. You need to focus on the big 3. You need to focus on calorie control, strength training, and cardio. That's how you lose weight, but isometrics will assist in that endeavor. All right, guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, be sure to drop a like, comment, and if you're not yet subscribed to No Limit Squad and you're into isometric training or you just want to learn more about the subject and the Isochain device, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Come join the squad with us. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.